Hi, so on our first video of the quarantine strength training, we're talking about training the hamstrings and how to train hamstrings properly and to gain strength in them while using minimal equipment or only being at home. So there's a reason why I picked hamstrings first, not the most exciting of muscles or exercise groups to train, but so important. Strong hamstrings equal a better squat, better split squats and lunges. Stronger hamstrings equal less injuries, so less lower back pain, less knee pain. Strong hamstrings is just so important for basically every lower body movement you do, but so rarely is the hamstrings trained properly. So here at 100% we actually have 6 machines for training hamstrings. So we take hamstring training so serious here because there's massive progress to be got out of it. Not because anyone's become a world champion or getting massive shape from doing leg curls, but because it allows you to train all the rest of the exercises like squats far more effectively and any of the deadlift variations if you get really strong on the hamstrings. So with hip extension to one side, because we'll cover that tomorrow because your hamstrings are worked in hip extension as well, we're going to do the curling hamstring exercise. So your hamstrings have 2 functions. One is to curl up the leg like that, so your bicep femoris, or your leg bicep, so curling up at the back. And the second function of the hamstrings is to pull your hips forward, so when you're in a stiff leg deadlift or good morning position like this. So first of all, we'll start off with the hamstring exercises that you do in the gym. So that would be a seated leg curl, as seen here in the video, where you're in the seated position, or a lying leg curl, so very simply where you're doing it in the lying position. We're huge fans of those exercises, but obviously you won't have access to them at home. So usually when people don't have access to hamstring training equipment, they just do loads of squats and loads of knee flexion exercises. So you're doing your squats, lunges, step-ups, and there's so many variations of them. You can do body weight or you can do at home on your own, but there's very few hamstring exercises that people know of that you can do at home. So we're going to show you 3 exercises for the hamstrings that can make your hamstrings stronger and more injury free and help you progress with all the other lifts like we were talking about as well. So the first one is the hamstring leg curl with the foam roller. So just like you see in the video there, you pull your heels back towards your hips and you roll it all the way out. So it couldn't be simpler in technique to look at, but what you want to keep your hips up high and keep a straight line from your shoulders down to your knees. You don't want your hips to sag at the bottom. Keep that straight, drive the heels back, and make sure you get a good squeeze on your hamstrings when your knees are fully bent there at the top. So you might have seen this variation done on a medicine ball before or a Swiss ball. I way prefer it on the roller, and you feel your hamstrings far more. This is guaranteed to work your hamstrings very hard, like we're saying in that bent knee position that people just don't seem to do unless they have the machines for them. So the second at-home hamstring exercise we're going to do is if someone has dumbbells, to do a dumbbell curl. So like you see in the video, it's handier if you have a partner to do it for you, but if you don't worry about it. Just squeeze the dumbbell in between your feet like so, lying on a flat surface like a bench. Curl up behind you. Now I did so many hamstring curls like this before we got our machines. Like I said before, we were here 4 years before we got any machines for the hamstrings. So we had to think of ways outside the box, and these 3 hamstring exercises were ways we did that. Remember that top range, at the top of the range of motion when the knee is fully bent, is where you want to really squeeze the hamstrings nice and slow on the way down as you stretch them out, then squeeze back up again. And that will really isolate your hamstrings in that knee flexion position. Finally, a huge favourite of mine, massive favourite of mine, is Nordic curls. I've done so many of these, and these have brought my legs on so much, and I continue to do them all the time with clients and with GA players especially. So this is a super exercise. It's basically a body weight. If you look at it there, it's basically a body weight lying hamstring curl. So instead of just the bottom of your leg, say from your knee down moving like a lying hamstring curl, that's the part that's fixed in this exercise, and you pull your body back up with the assistance of your hands. So like the first exercise, you want to keep a straight line from knee to shoulder. That's super important, and you want to keep as much tension on the hamstrings as you can. Me, by doing that little press up at the bottom, I can pull myself back up from about halfway. Definitely not from the bottom, my hamstrings aren't that strong. But I feel this so much in my hammers. 3-4 sets of this before I start my squats recently, and I'm doing really well with my squats, and I put it down to this exercise. So obviously the at-home version, you won't have what I'm showing you in the video there, but someone just grabs your heels, which is the way I've done it in the gym, and continue to do it with some people in the gym to this day. So just get someone to grab your shoes and push them right into the ground, and again stay straight from knees to shoulders. So that's the hamstrings first. I went with that first deliberately before hip extension or before the squats and the step-ups, because you really do want to focus on this and not leave it out. And with home training, home workouts, it's definitely one that's left out nearly 9 times out of 10. But if you do dedicate yourself to it, you're going to improve in technique and strength in all the other exercises, like your deadlifts variations and your squat variations. So thanks for watching. That's hamstrings covered. Next one is hip flexion, and that'll be up tomorrow. Thanks for watching.